We're nearly ready to go. We just need some volunteers as tribute to come and sit down in these spare chairs there, the spare chairs there, and one spare chair there. So we need two on that side if we can have a couple or two singles. I feel like Tinder here. Just anybody, put your keys in the bowl in the middle or swing yours over. Yep, so two over there. And are these two for fam, or do we need them as well? Yep. So what are those? Those two are also spares, so we're going to pair you guys up. If we can get another two down here, it'd be awesome. Otherwise, we're not going to have a wedding start. So. I have so much power. All right, beautiful. Let's give these guys a round of applause for volunteering for us. Yes. All right. Almost went back into school teacher mode. Okay. So, question is, are you guys ready to see these guys get married? Yeah? Are you ready to get married? Yeah, let's do it. I know I just made you sit down, but please be upstanding. As we welcome the bridal party. Ladies and gents, let's have a massive round of applause to show our love and support. This looks incredible. And you may be seated, please. We good here? You guys can hear me okay? All right, wicked. Let's do it. One more time. Let's give these guys a massive round of applause to show our love and support here. Looks great. So, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you to the wedding ceremony of Liza and Anthony/Ant/Dutchy/Mr. Holland. Depends how you know him. They are so thankful that you've joined them today, and while we are sad that some people couldn't make the journey, that does mean there is a little extra alcohol just up there shortly. So while we can't be happy or a bit sad they can't make it, we'll have a drink or three for them. My name is Daniel Delby, and I'm duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. I'm not your typical old lady celebrant. And these guys have heard and approved today's ceremony. So feel free to have a laugh with them as we hear the romantic parts as well as the funny stuff as well. Because laughing actually makes you 70% more attractive to the opposite sex. So Ant must have laughed a lot because he's definitely batting. Right. Ant and Liza have an honest, respectful and understanding relationship characterised by fun and working through challenges together. They call it pure happy penis. Yep, happy penis, which they coined from sharing a reel with each other of a kid trying to say happiness on TikTok, which sounds a bit more like dick cock to me. So they have their own bubble of awesomeness that they can float in and out of without killing the vibe. Do we want these guys holding hands? I feel like it's love. Do you want to hold hands? Do you want to? Yeah, I feel like I'm coming in between something here. So their relationship has so many eerie coincidences that they've decided to label them as spooks. From the small things like saving the same videos to show each other, or I could say showing each other the same happy penises from before, from going to school together in different circles. But in a truly bizarre twist of fate, their sons played GTA online with each other for years without even knowing. And Liza's grandparents played bowls with Ant's mum at the same bowling club. Their first memory of each other was another one of these spooks. Unknowingly, Liza used to work with Ant's ex-girlfriend at Chicken Street, where all the things that she heard about Ant didn't really make him sound like a chicken treat. More of a cockburden, I'm told. There we go. So Liza even attended her first Red Hot Chili Pepper concert with Ant's ex. So she was told even more reasons why she had to give it away with Ant. Eventually, time let enough water pass under the bridge and the scar tissue healed. Ant's first memory of Liza is a fleeting one of when they met at school. They didn't hang out in the same groups, but he'd always noticed her, and he remembers that she was extremely bubbly and had a beautiful smile when her eyes lit up. The next time that he saw her, his eyes were half closed and his liver and brain were lit up. In the car park at Hillary's. when Bar 120 used to be called either Navigators or The Crack. Yeah. Normally you'd navigate to Armidale to find the crack, so it's probably a good thing that they changed the name. Liza was with some friends outside when Ant walked up, stumbled over to see her, full of Dutchy courage, and tried to kiss her. She wasn't having any of that and let him know that there was no Californication happening. And then they left on good terms. The next time she saw him was when he was taking his son to kindy at Two Rocks, and wouldn't you know it, she was the prac teacher. Spooky fact that goes way back from the crack to the prac. How's that? A fact that they're not too sure about is where they had their first spook smooch. Ant had managed to convince Liza to hang out with him again, and they went on their first date to Holy Moly. And even though Liza had bronchitis, she refused to cancel. Ain't nobody got time for that. It went that well that it was sealed with a kiss. Now, that's the first time that a man scored a birdie after playing golf, so it's a fair crack. Luckily, the only thing that Ant caught was lovesickness, and they went on their second date at Mindarie. And he was a bit more sober than the last time they were together at a marina, as they had pizza by the fire. Afterwards, Ant asked her back to meet the kids and play some cards. Now, the whole suit must have been hearts, as today's king and queen were perfect pairs, and they had another pash. Ant knew he had found his diamond from these early times. They used to have long, deep sessions of honest conversation. He fell in love with her kindness and her ability to belch mid-sentence and continue talking without missing a beat. Not quite spooks, but letting the demons out, perhaps. Liza has always appreciated and accepted him for who he is and never brings him down. She believes in him and the dreams that they share with each other. Ant had no intention of falling so hard for anyone, but he couldn't help but feel drawn to her. The cherry on top was another one of their weird coincidences when he texted her asking what the name of a song was that had the lyrics, "Two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year." It just happened that song is one that always reminds Liza of her brother Matt. It was "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd, and it was playing on Spotify at the exact same time that he texted her. It was all of these little spooks that sealed it for Liza as well. She felt that it was clear that the universe was conspiring to bring them together and knew that her missing piece had been found. So from being found to getting lost together, Liza fell in love with Ant's sense of adventure. He's happy to get in the car and go for a road trip and spend the entire day laughing together. Ant does hundreds and hundreds of nice little things every day that no one has ever done for her before and always surprises her when she least expects it. He makes her heart explode with love, which is much nicer than what Pfizer and Moderna have been doing lately. Ant makes her wildest dreams come true, and she's ticking off things on her bucket list that she didn't even write down. However, it's his patience that is golden for her. She has the last name, but he has the patience of Gandhi. No matter what the situation, Ant radiates a calmness that manages to ground her, even when she's at her most psycho. Ant is a complete blue cold chili pepper that levels her out and is a rock of stability. So he wanted to show her the rock of commitment. Ant decided to propose in the Maldives. He didn't have much of a plan, but he did pull it together pretty well. Knowing that she loved art, they visited a studio on the island where he secretly purchased a picture of the beach that they were going to walk to, and he had them paint "Will You Marry Me" onto the sand section. After toasting some champagne to a gorgeous holiday, Ant suggested that they wander down and check out the glowing plankton. Meanwhile, his mate Damo had gone and picked up the painting and placed it under a palm tree on the pathway down. Liza noticed it and pointed it out to Ant, so he encouraged her to walk over and have a look. As she read the words, "Will you marry me?" she turned around to see Ant on one knee and she said yes. But Ant didn't hear her over the wind. Not his wind. We'll hear later. So he goes, "Aren't you going to say anything?" And she repeated yes again. If she had said yes any more times, it would have turned into the Meg Ryan Diner scene. So, from the magical Maldives to the wedding in Wanneroo, let's make this official. Okay, this is the legal bit to make it real. Before you're joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I'm to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is a union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. All right, these are the I do's. So one of these words has been changed on purpose. So you see if you can pick it up later. And do you promise to love Liza as much as you love taking photos for Insta? Try reduce your meeting times on the throne. Use a tissue instead of the bushman's blow. Always be her rock and continue to be the manipulative, narcissistic. No, he put that in there. No, he just jokes. The adventurous, loving, and caring soulmate that she has fallen in love with from this point forward.
I do.
Nice. Liza, do you promise to love Ant as much as you love saying out loud whatever enters your brain? Get a hairnet for home. Try eat before getting hangry with him. Always be his princess, even if that's Fiona in the morning. And continue to be the creative, loving, and kind partner he has fallen in love with from this day forward.
I do.
Awesome. That's some of my favourite ideas ever. So this next bit, we're going to do the vows. So do you know who wants to go first? Yep. Nice work. All right. So Ant's going to go first because he just volunteered. And once he's read his vows, I'm going to get the rings up and then he'll put the ring on like a finishing move. So we could get the rings come up to the best man. Let's give him a round of applause. A legend. He's been holding on to the most important part. Cool. So just hold on to that for now. Once he's finished his vows, Blake's going to give Liza's ring and he's going to put it on like a finishing move. Then we'll clap and cheer his public speaking.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Anthony George Holland, take you, Liza Jane Gandy, to be my lawful wedded wife. With this ring, I vow to always acknowledge your feelings and think of you when I make decisions for us and our future together. I promise to always respect your choices and cater to your needs as best as I can. I'll always allow you to be your authentic self. I vow to keep our lines of communication as open as Fremantle's premiership. I promise to always treat you as my equal and present myself to you in the best version possible. I make these vows today and will remind myself of these every time we are together. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We got there. Yeah, you put it on her ring because you're promising. Yeah. Let's go. All right. First one is locked in. Round of applause. Nailed it.
Run.
Same thing in reverse.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Liza Jane Gandy, take you, Anthony George Holland, to be my lawful wedded husband. With this ring, I vow to always acknowledge your feelings and think of you when I make decisions for us and our future together. I promise to always respect your choices and cater to your needs as best that I can. I will always allow you to be your authentic self. I vow to keep our lines of communication as open as the blank canvases I paint on. I promise to always treat you as my equal and present myself to you in the best version possible. I make these vows today and will remind myself of these every time we are together. I love you.
Oh, do you want to go left hand?
Oh,
yeah. Second one's on perfect. Well done. That's beautiful. So in a moment, I'm going to ask for the two witnesses so we can sign their paperwork and have their first kiss officially as husband and wife. The two witnesses can meet us over at the table. I'll chuck on a song. It'll take less than 5 minutes, and then we'll see these guys hook up in public. All right. So can we give them a round of applause and their support team? And I'll be with you shortly. In the sea below, another volcano was listening to his song. Every day she heard his tune, her love grew and grew because she believed his song was meant for her. All right, so real quick housekeeping, so I'm not yelling over the top of you guys. When they kiss, we're going to go crazy. You guys are going to stand up and they'll go down the aisle and you can blow your bubbles. Try to blow sort of up and not at them so they're like dodging magic bubbles in their face. Probably do a kiss at the end if you want because it looks really cool with everyone behind you. And then we're going to do a big group photo in the shade. So once this finishes, we'll swing back up to where we came from for a group photo and I'll see you guys. You guys ready? Lips are good to go? All right. Here we go. All right. We went premature there. Just let me say some nice stuff and then, all right. And ready, retake. Let's go. We're going to get some deja vu in a minute, guys. So our beautiful newlyweds, other than having the wettest lips of anyone I've ever had at this point, are proudest of creating a life together that they only dream about before. Most importantly, they have respect for each other's children, family and friends and have successfully become a big blended bunch. In the future, they wish to provide a home where their children know they are always welcome and loved. Having a pool does always help. Eventually, they'd like to travel some more and maybe buy a caravan and adventure around the country like the Leyland brothers, possibly with Nay and Shorty and whoever else is keen to join. So, we're going to redo that. I'm going to put some music on underneath so they can kiss like a rom-com. All right, we've never seen this before, but from your first kiss full of bronchitis to holy moly, to one full of holy matrimony, and I invite you for the second time as her husband to kiss the bride! Oh, yes! Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding as I present for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Holland! Congratulations!